everybody, and welcome to our first Valavision News of 2026. I'm Preston Bennett.
And I'm Cameron Short. Thanks so much for watching. It was a big weekend here on campus as the university celebrated College Night.
Yes, it was, Cameron. But first, big changes are coming to academic programs at UM. Last Friday, the University of Montevallo Board of Trustees voted to close 9 minors and 7 concentrations.
The affected minors include African American Studies, Cybersecurity, Economics, Latin American Studies, Management Information Systems, Nonprofit Studies, Peace and Justice Studies, Philosophy and Religion, and Professional Writing.
Cuts to concentrations include FCS Education, Hospitality and Tourism, Retail Merchandising, Financial Sales, Music Technology, Entrepreneurship, and Human Resources. VVN reporter Madeline Mathern joins us in the studio with what this means for students currently in those minors and concentrations. Madeline.
Thank you, Preston. The trustees' vote last Friday means that no students will be able to declare any of the cut minors or concentrations from now on. But for students currently in one of those programs, there is good news. They will be able to complete those minors and those concentrations. UM's teach-out policy allows currently enrolled students to finish the required hours for the program they are already registered for. Many courses associated with the eliminated minors will still be offered in an on-rotation basis. Campus administration says there is a possibility that some of the minors could return in the future if demand and finances allow. UM's Chief Financial Officer, Dr. Deanna Smith, says that these cuts will create a net gain of $400,000 for the university. The next phase of academic review will look at majors across campus. When that information becomes available, we'll have it for you here and on our website. Reporting in the studio, I'm Madeline Mathern. Preston, back to you.
Thank you, Madeline. The board also approved a new wave of, quote, modest fees, which they will be releasing more information on in the coming weeks.
After voting to close the concentrations and minors, the board prepared to vote on eliminating the UM swimming team and tennis team.
But before voting could begin, more than 20 members of the swim team showed up at the meeting to make pleas for their program and express their disappointment in the board. Valavision News reporter Braden George was there and has the story.
Lionel Sewell? Yes. Tim Lupinacci?
Yes.
Brian Hamilton?
Yes.
The University of Montevallo's Board of Trustees meeting last Friday saw the approval of a new major, new fees, and the closure of 16 concentrations and minors. However, the most controversial item on the agenda was the unexpected proposed closure of UM's men's and women's swimming and tennis teams. As deliberations began, UM Athletic Director Mark Richard informed the board the swim team was present and wanted a chance to speak. The meeting took an emotional turn as over 20 members of the swim team filed in to make pleas for their program and express disappointment in the decision.
We have faced adversity before, and this team has fought through many hardships, but has always come back stronger. And now we are even being given the chance to fight. Through hard work, I was able to become the first female national qualifier in the school's history. And now with this decision, I may be the last.
Several students spoke to the board, many expressing shock, saying 1 month ago they were told no athletic programs were at risk of closure. UM's Chief Financial Officer, Dr. Deanna Smith, became emotional during the student testimony and expressed sincere apologies to the student athletes.
I'm so sorry that this is happening. We inherited some conditions that are unbearable, absolutely unbearable. To turn it around would take many, many, many years, and unfortunately we've been left in such a cash crunch that we don't have the years to do that.
She cited financial problems working against the team, like repairs needed to the Student Activity Center pool, which could cost up to $500,000, and a yearly pool maintenance fee of $152,000. Following deliberation and remarks from the team, UM Foundation Chair David Pickett asked Board Chair Tim Lupinacci for a 2-minute private conversation. Following their discussion, Lupinacci made a motion to table the vote until the next meeting in May, which received a unanimous vote of approval. However, the board's decision to delay the vote was met with a mixed reaction from the swim team.
Moving the decision to May makes transferring worse because now we don't have an official answer, so it would have been better to have an answer instead of moving it. And I think a lot of the swimmers' reactions was just that they didn't want to say no in front of all of our faces.
To us, it's kind of just a formality. It seems pretty hopeless.
Athletic Director Mark Richard says the possible elimination of the teams came from what he called a total review of all our athletic programs, saying the decision wasn't based strictly on numbers, but a variety of factors.
You can look at your roster size. Can your roster size be bigger with the
What's the ability? You take a look at your facility. Do you have a good facility? Your conference affiliation. You look at travel time. You look at the student athletes, how they're involved in the campus. So there's a myriad of things that we look at when we evaluate a program.
He says the committee will begin to look at possible ways to save these programs, but warned that it won't be an easy task.
Raising money is always tough. It's always tough to do that and try and save something.
When asked by the media if the decision to table the vote until May was simply pushing off the inevitable, Richard said,
I don't know. I'd like to answer that, but I don't know.
The fates of the men's and women's swimming and tennis teams will come back up for a vote at the Board of Trustees meeting on Friday, May 1st. Reporting from the Merrill Conference Room in Reynolds Hall, I'm Braden George, Valavision News.
The UM swim teams are currently competing in the Conference Carolinas Championships. We wish them the best. For full coverage of all the news coming out of the Board of Trustees meeting, be sure to visit our website, valavisionnews.com.
Turning to other campus news, hundreds of alumni were back on the Brick Saturday to celebrate homecoming and see the final college night shows.
And when those shows were over, purples and golds filled the Palmer stage to find out what's it gonna be.
And you know, after seeing both of these shows, it makes me realize something. We all have a place.
Once SGA President Caleb Jernigan said the phrase, "We all have a place in this world," everyone in Palmer knew it was a PV. The first back-to-back purple victories in more than 15 years.
All the hard work of purple and gold side came to completion on Sweet Saturday as purples walk away with a PV.
Valavision News reporter Wyatt Smith has more.
After weeks of preparation, purple and gold side gathered this Saturday in Palmer Auditorium. As the doors opened at 6:30, purples and golds began flooding into their seats. Purple took their seats immediately and began chanting, cheering, and catching candy to support their side. The purple side cheered co-captain Ace Freeman. College night is more than a rivalry, homecoming tradition, or play. It's a family.
I absolutely love this side. I love the community and the family that they bring. To support means that I am a part of this big family, and coming from a family that wasn't that better for me, it was perfect, and they make me feel so accepted and loved. I just had to join and participate in any possible way that I can.
As purple cheers rage, gold side marched in with their own chants, hoping for a GV. Alum gold Denise Barnes came for the show and had time to reminisce on years past, while being excited for a new age of college night shows.
The college night each year, and I love watching all the next generations come up and enjoy the new plays that they come up with.
After the cheer teams took the stage for their cheer-off, sides began to settle down as purple side began their play, Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope follows a floundering Detective Dansby as she travels through the kaleidoscope to find what truly matters is individuality and staying true to yourself. After a short intermission, Gold began their play, Cloaked in Red. Cloaked in Red follows Rory, Jack, and Goldie's quest to stop the evil Romulus from destroying their village. As the shows end in applause, purple and gold side both took to the stage for final chants before SGA President Caleb Jernigan began his speech, which was sped along with the help of Freddie the Falcon. As Jernigan said the secret phrase, purple side erupted into utter chaos. This is Wyatt Smith, Valavision News.
If you missed Saturday's shows or just want to see them again, you can rewatch both the Purple and Gold productions on the Montevallo 4U YouTube channel. Every year, College Night is dedicated to a member of the faculty and staff who has made an impact on campus.
College Night side leaders voted to determine who is chosen. This year, they chose Jenny Bell, Director of Student Life. She received a dedication during Friday night's intermission. Bell has worked for the university since 2010. Read more about this year's dedication on valavisionnews.com. Also during Friday night's College Night intermission, the new Mr. and Miss Montevallo were crowned. The winner for Mr. Montevallo was David Roundtree in the title of Miss Montevallo with Mia Wilson. The two recipients were voted by their peers to receive this honor. Congratulations to David and Mia. We've got more coverage of this year's College Night competition on social media. Just search for ValidVision News on Instagram, Facebook, and X. And be sure to give us a like and a follow while you're there. Still ahead on ValidVision News, an exclusive interview with the winning Purple Side leaders. They'll join us in the studio to talk about their historic PV.
Plus, order up. The all-new Farmer Food Hall is now open and giving students some more variety for on-campus dining. What do students think about the changes? VVN will be right back.
Your college years aren't just about academics. From college night traditions to local hotspots, there's no shortage of things to do. Every year of your education, Montevello means more fun and memories along the way.
Welcome back to our VVN College Night Special.
We are joined by this year's Purple Victory leaders, Audrey, Paige, and DeMar Tarront-Milton. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here today. It's a pleasure.
Oh, yeah, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I want you guys to just take us back to that night, right? You're on stage, you hear the catchphrase, and you know that a Purple Victory has been secured. Just what was it like in that moment for you guys to experience that victory?
I mean, it was very surreal. I mean, like, to think that we, especially since we had won the year prior, that we had another chance and that we had secured like pretty much a second win in a row. It was really just, I mean, it was just the most magical thing in the world. I mean, truthfully, like, you know, we had put so much time and like work and effort, you know, like throughout the entire year, and so it just all leading up to that moment just really just sealed the deal, truthfully.
Yeah, it was so exhilarating. Purple Side hadn't won back-to-back in over a decade. So I know that we were feeling a lot of like anxiety and a little bit of angst going into that night. And so it honestly felt like the weight of the world was like off of our shoulders and we were just kind of on cloud nine. It was really, really exciting.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I can see you've been doing your homework because we were going to mention that this was the first Purple Victory since y'all's three-peat from 2008 to 2010. So with that being said, what's it like to know that y'all are the leaders to bring this historic cycle back to life?
It just, it really just like shows that like there's just anybody can do anything, truthfully. I mean, we knew walking into this season, like obviously we had a goal. And which was to have a 2P. We didn't have a chance in the past, and so it just kind of, I'm so glad that it fell into our hands and that we were able to do so. I mean, I think anybody truly could have done it, but it's just like, we had such a very like self-sufficient cabinet, and we had such a, like, our side just had everything but love in their hearts, and but you know, dedication and drive, and like it was really just them, you know, who did it, and we were just here to support and to help them. And if it wasn't for all of them, I mean, genuinely.
Yeah, I mean, totally. We say all the time, like, we don't do anything, which is like not entirely true, but honestly, we couldn't have done this without such a dedicated, passionate team behind us. Who are willing to work and willing to fight. And it's been really special to share that with this community of people, especially our cabinet was a lot of seniors. And so I think that it was really special to get to have that together and have all of the vintages come and like be really excited because it was something that none of us had seen in a long time. So it was just really, really special and really unique.
Yeah, that's awesome. So obviously, besides the Purple Victory for you guys, which is something that's amazing to hear, what was the best moment for y'all looking throughout this college night season?
I think the best moment was just to be able to maintain the love and the appreciation for the game. I mean, I know just being like, looking back from like freshman year all the way up until now, we've had our good moments and we've had our bad moments, and we've seen Purple Side at its highs, we've seen Purple Side at its lows, we've seen Purple Side love each other, and we've seen them tear each other apart, unfortunately. I mean, like, that's just kind of, you know, like how a family does. They always fight and they always, you know, and so it was really special just to see that like everyone's still at the end of the day, whether we, I mean, I know we won, but like just even in the moment, we were like, oh, well, we put on like the most, we put on our best, you know, foot forward, and we were able to just, at the end of the day, just walk away with a loving, more stronger connection, a more, you know, just overall appreciation for the game.
I think for me, the moment that like really stands out and pinpoints that feeling was the Friday night before that Saturday. We do a thing called production run, which is where our cast, crew, and pit try to run the show by memory. So the cast puts us in a role and we just have to try. No book, no script, just going for
That's
it.
got to be so easy.
It's
for you.
so easy, and it goes really smooth every time. But for the finale, when we got to You Belong, the cast, without telling us, had decided that they were going to come join. So they all went to the person that they had cast as their role, and we all held hands and we did the finale as all of us. And afterwards, like, we all just were crying and hugging on each other, and it was like it didn't matter. Like, we were all like, it literally doesn't matter what happens in 24 hours, because that moment right there was what the season had led up to. Because it had definitely had its highs and its lows, and it really felt like it all paid off on that Friday night.
Such a sweet outcome. I'm glad y'all got to experience that. So Damar, you've been able to secure a victory as a lead role in a show in the past, and now as a leader. So what would you say are the biggest differences in hearing your catchphrases in those two different positions?
I think the biggest difference is, well, because it's funny enough, because that was also the first time I was ahead as well. So, like, it was a lot of, like, emotions, and it was a lot of, like, that. I think last year's win kind of just secured for me personally that, like, I am able to do what I, lead and whatnot, because if I'm being honest, there was a time where, like, I didn't even think I was going to be in this position. Like, I doubted myself. I thought that, like, oh, well, somebody else could be a much better fit than me. And then, like, as I was going in from, like, also 'cause I was choreographer, so I was head choreographer and also leading, and it was kind of like, yeah, I can do this. Like, after that year, it kind of just solidified the deal of, like, I can lead, because it's like, if I'm able to really, like, with the drop of a hat, like, just change my whole mindset and change, like, how I, like, viewed the game and all that, like, I was able to be leader. And then just being leader and winning this year, I mean, it was just like, one, I mean, you always want to win, but you never know the outcome until you get to it. And obviously I had a part in pretty much like a small part in everybody's, I was able to go to cheer for the first time and like be with them. And I was able to go to like volleyball or like athletics and sports and like esports and business and know all these things about the game. And it just, this win just felt very like I just completed everything that I need to complete. It's just like, yeah. Okay, like it was like my final like, check on my bucket list, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So obviously there's so many memories that you guys have, not only from this year, but from years past. And so just what advice would you give to students going forward about college night and what they should do if they want to join?
Definitely, I remember something that we, and honestly the other leaders too, like we kind of all had in mind walking into the season, like that this is a game of love and that this is not something that, we can take for granted. I mean, like at the end of the day, we're all still, we have classes with each other, we're all friends at the end of the day. And our biggest thing is like whether we win or lose, that we're still able to just walk away with our heads held high and be proud of something that we did. And so I think just as long as you keep that mindset, I think that you really can accomplish anything. You can do anything, no matter what side you are and no matter what the outcome is, because that at the end of the day is like what it's all about.
Yeah, I've said in a couple of interviews and during recruitment stuff that I think everyone should play college night at least once while they're here, because there's truly nothing else on earth that is like it. It is so singular to this university and it is so special. And if there's something that you love to do, there is a way to do it for college night, because it's just so all-encompassing. So I think if I had to give anyone on this campus any advice, it's to find what you love and what you want to learn how to do on your own, and do it for college night, because it is the most freedom that you will ever have as a creative, as an artist, as a performer, or even as like someone who's interested in business, someone who's interested in like history. Production book is a really great way to learn about like archiving. So I think that it is such a unique way to express what you are passionate about, and that is what is more important than winning or losing. It is finding a way to make it your own. So yeah, I think everyone should play.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Audrey, DeMar, thank you so much for
Yes,
joining
thank
us. It's an
you.
absolute pleasure to
Thanks
get to
for
talk to you
having
guys and to have this interview with you guys. We will be right back with more Valavision News headlines. Welcome back to VVN. The Campus Veterans Association spent last Thursday preparing for Valentine's Day with Candygrams. The event was held in the Global and Community Outreach Building. Students made candy-filled bags and messages for their loved ones. President Liz Estrada hopes events like this will introduce more students to the club.
That some people think that, CVA, Campus Veterans Associations, is just for veterans. But no, it's actually for all students. I'm not a veteran, I'm a dependent for my father who's a veteran, and most of us are dependents here. And all in all, it's just a goal to have fun, come hang out in the office.
Students can keep up with the CVA by joining them on Falcon Link.
The Farmer Food Hall has fully opened last month for students to explore all the new on-campus dining options. The Bojangles Express opened first, providing students with the chicken option they have been craving for a while, as well as all-day breakfast. Freddy's Kitchen opened shortly after, providing students with 3 more dining options. Chartwell's General Manager Jason Quarles said the launch has been a surprising success this early in the year, and students are happy with the new options.
The feedback I've been getting, it's been very positive. We are actually a lot more busy than we thought we would be. We came in with a certain staff size that we thought we needed based on what we thought our sales would be, and our sales are a lot more than that.
Overall, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. It's a very good and convenient place to get food, and it tastes very good, especially when you're bulking.
My favorite's E3. I honestly held off on getting it because I heard it took a long time to get the food, and usually whenever I come in here I have 20 minutes in a dream. But I tried it, and I got the buffalo cauliflower bites along with one of the build your own bowls. It was a fire. It was so good.
Quarles tells me that more food options could potentially be added to the food hall, and that current options can be subject to change based off of student feedback.
As the semester continues on, one team on campus is looking to win a conference title. Montevallo's track and field team will compete at the Gulf South Conference Indoor Championships Thursday and Friday at the Birmingham Crossplex. has competed at 7 meets during the indoor season, looking to end on a high note at the GSC Championships. men's squad finished 3rd last season, while the women finished 4th. One athlete on the team seems poised to compete for gold. Christopher Johnson, a senior thrower on the men's side, said the team is ready to have fun and compete.
We going in to win. We've been working real hard, like I said. We going there. We trying to go in there and just win some hardware. We're trying to go in there and just do our best and go hard.
Johnson said he wants to be good for the team as a whole and compete.
Remember, there's always more campus news from our team of reporters on our website, valavisionnews.com. That's all the time that we have for our show today.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in to Valavision News again next Wednesday.